Here we go. Looking all right. Looking all right. Got audio coming through there. Go ahead and slot you over there. Bunch out a bunch of. I hope that name change got in. We'll see. All right. Nothing. How did we started there? All right. Let's get on with it. So, the Kruger Stingray should be in the leaks and news thing, that image. Yeah, here we go. Right here is what we're looking at. And it definitely looks like, you know, this is a forward section. There's some sort of split here. Something here, maybe a landing gear, maybe. This definitely looks like it's not part of the ship. Like this shape is ground, right? This is part of the ship coming through. I want to say this is like the nose of the ship. It's split. Maybe up here is where we can start to see the cockpit take shape. And I think that's a landing gear or something like that. That's what I would think. And I think these are retro thrusters or intakes. All right. Dun, dun. All right. Hey, Aries, good to see you. How did your Monday treat you? Alrighty. Since there's a new Kruger ship coming, let's fly the Wolf. Alright. Got a chill work schedule this week. That's nice, man. Alrighty. I see Sea Dog. Good to see him again. That is a atomic smoke. Another wolf. Lots of wolves in Atmo here today. The Sea Dog, who I know is mating the wolf right now. Locked on. Fuck, I see Ares. You hopped into the lobby. Fighting locked on. Yeah, you're gonna want to get close to that, to a Hornet, my friend. But Hornets are rough right now, especially in ammo. Let's see if I can do any better. All right. He's very good at back strafe. We're gonna burn our energy to get through here. Yeah, dude, in the ammo, man, this is rough. Ship's basically just full falling. And I'm entirely out of boost. I got no authority to get over him here. Good evening, Sil. Good to see you, bud. Please. Oh my god, dude, the fucking ammo. Yeah, it's a hard fight. We got him, but just barely, dude. Holy shit. The heavy full ammo is just cancer. Yep, A1 has him spotted in game a few times. I've been in the live with him too. Saw him on Monday. It's not even just frames. It's like this is like even heavier ammo than the other ammo maps, and the ship's just fucking. Like, look, this is me strafing right. Look at what's happening to my nose. Strafe left. That's strafe left. That's fucking wild. The amount of drag. You would think the wolf wouldn't have that much drag. This is like extra ammo. Yeah, how are you doing today, Sil? But yeah, we got a new Kruger ship coming in. I have a theory, chat. Now, initially, I was thinking the Stingray was probably a medium fighter, maybe even an E-war ship or an interdiction ship. Because Stingray, you know, they kind of use a little bit of electricity and then they attack. But I seem to recall that they mentioned there was a new generalist ship coming. And people were thinking maybe it was the Basher or maybe it was the M80. And it wasn't either of those ships. Those were two fighters. Now, it could still be a medium fighter. We've gotten a new light, a new snub, and a new heavy. We have not gotten a new medium yet, right? But what if the Kruger Stingray is a generalist ship meant to compete with the Clipper? I would not be super stoked about it, but it would still be a very interesting concept. It'd be the first time we would see Kruger doing a larger ship. You flared me, right, Ares? Oh, I speared you. This nose is so fucking long. My bad. We want to run that one back. A 3-mode ship? Yeah, it's had a lot of animations apparently. Gotcha. Okay. Alright, let's try wolf on wolf violence here. Let's happen. Jesus, this guy. At least look at me, my friend. Oh, it's so frustrating when they purely ignore you. They refuse to nose onto you. At least look at me and see and take my flare before you reject. Alright, well. Atomic's a loser. He won't even look at me to say no. It's just frustrating when you get totally ignored. Like, if he just looked at me, I flared, and he didn't do anything, that's one thing. But making me chase him around, trying to figure out if he's ignoring me or just not seeing me, right? Big waste of time. It's not hard to say no. The Conga's a good pilot. Someone in the Hornet got me locked up. Lego Skellington. A nuzzling jealous with a lean towards combat, that's right. Someone else just shot at me. NDB and Rev is an interesting combo. Good fight, Lego. So somebody else took a shot at me while we were doing that, but they're not locked on me anymore. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those. I'll be real with y'all. Hey, this map, yeah, this map is, I don't know. I think it looks very pretty. But yeah, no, it sucks. I like the tunnel to fly through. It's kind of fun. That's about it, right? I like the water, but the Atmo is even more wild than anything I've seen here. Oh, we wanted to die anyways, but I clipped my back trying to slide in through there. What is Mega Break? What is this song? This is not in my playlist. We shouldn't have it leave the playlist. The settings shouldn't have it pull in random songs. It should stay in the playlist. Sheriff, good to see you again, my man. How have you been, Sheriff? It's been a while since I've seen you in here. I mean, I've seen you drop by, but like not for super long. You losing weight? Not yet. I am working on that, but right now I don't have any results to report. But that is the goal. You know, Atomic Smoke does not want the smoke. Shadow Walker in an arrow could be a hard fight. Let's try it. You know, I appreciate it. Oh, right as the fucking fight started, of course. Best promotion on stream boo org. All right, mods, get him out of here. Get him out of here. We have a bot. We have a bot. Smite. The weird game where it can be every fun, but basically crashed out slow base. Okay. There was a cool game I was looking into that was like a Escape from Tarkov but medieval, like third person action game. I don't remember what it was called now. But it looked pretty rad. I don't know if my misfall, maybe. I think it might have been misfall. Yeah. Why did I think it had two words in its name? Obviously, we wouldn't play it on this channel, but I might play it in my own time. All right, Aries, we'll fight, but we're gonna do a real flare pass. Okay, lots of boost coming through in there. Let's try and get you in a right here. Shiv coming in. I'm not worried about him. Yeah, I want to try and use the speed of the... Not crash. Cuddy, not Shiv. Good sir. Don't third-party fights, my friend. I'm gonna really wrap you up because the Cutlass sadly is no longer a combat ship. There was a time, gentlemen, there was a time where a Cutlass was actually quite the dangerous opponent, especially crude. 30 G's of acceleration on the upstrafe. It can stay close to you. I have no idea who the other ship is, but Catone? That was his name, Catone. For some reason, in the Wolf, I struggle to get and stay close, but I feel like it should be easier than in the Gladius. It rates better, it has more speed. I don't know why I'm struggling to keep a close, tight rate. When in the Gladius, I can just do it effortlessly. I need to really figure out why. I will say, these bespoke laser cannons do just look amazing, don't they? Kruger does some really cool stuff. Alright, Aries, let's see you take on Lego. So that's kind of Kruger's thing, though, right? I don't think we get a Kruger ship that doesn't have at least something bespoke on it. Now, granted, they have the Archimedes, which is all size 1s, that are just stock size 1s. So maybe they will alter their plans, right? Maybe they'll go back to that. Wow, that's so... Okay, he's doing a lot of pushing, which is interesting. Very stealthy. Let's push back in. That was like ballistics mixed with MDBs, doesn't it, chat? You see, I'm so struggling to really get him into the rate. Got him killed. I think we'll have something bespoke, right? Let's think about Stingrays, right? Don't they use some sort of electricity, some sort of like bio electricity to attack? You're good, bro? I'm mid. But thank you. Yeah, I am squarely a mid-tier PvP pilot. When it comes to regular PvP pilots, yeah, I'm in like the top 1%. When it comes to the people who play PvP and fight in here, I'm like top 40, 50%. Let's go, Ares. Look at me though. I do want to actually. Here we go. We'll do a flare pass. There we go. All right. Try and catch him up here. Trying to keep in this rate. Get on the pancake here. All right, we're through the shields. Yeah, for some reason, I think it's just the extra 4 Gs that the Wolf has. You're gonna be really gentle on it to actually keep it in a rate. Good fight, Ares. A venomous barb. I was just thinking maybe they would have like an EMP or a snare. My goal is to not get pancaked. I get you. My goal is to try and pancake you, so. Let me change out to a Gladius. The Wolf is very good right now, but let's do a Gladius. For splat. I don't like, look guys, a medium fighter would be better for me personally, especially if it's a good medium fighter. We haven't had one of those in a while. But if it's a good generalist ship that actually could fight, that would be a lot cooler, you know, kind of like the Shiv. The Shiv isn't really a true generalist because it doesn't have a med bed. That seems to be the bar that people have for the generalist ships. Why am I in this ship? I'm in the wrong ship. I want to be the Gladius. Sir Pad, hello. yeah. It can be thin, sort of pancaked out. All right. Citizen Star, by the way, just because I'm not the best PvPer of all time, doesn't mean that I can't help other people get into it, right? So I do offer training and stuff like that. Okay. Yep, should be good. All right, Aries, let's try this again. And then once there on the merge. Manage the speeds here. You see, in the Gladius, I just feel like I can get him in and work my way in nice and close, and then there he is going for the run. Yeah. You're committing a lot of forward strafe in turns. When you're turning, don't have any forward strafe. Either be null on your throttle or be in back strafe. Back strafe will extend. Null will turn you, but forward will extend you and slow your turn. Which is how I keep getting on over you. That and roll matching. I know rolls are really difficult for you right now, Aries, because you're on that paddle. But forward and pull up is your slowest possible turn. Yeah, for some reason I just do a lot better in the Gladius at staying up close. Yeah, I can't believe the size 4s are not going to be nerfed. One sec. Okay. He wants a moment. We'll give him a moment. Fights on. Look, we can catch him in here. We can push down a bit like this. Stay right over him. See, like, I was struggling to do that in the wolf. Oh my god, we almost crashed. Huh. Honestly, if he did a roll, I would have just taken my own wing off there. That's a little bit of over input, trying to stay close. We gotta watch your boost application. Our shields are critical, so we're gonna back off a bit. We get a recharge and we push in, push in, push in, push in. We can stop him from getting his. Okay, he got his, but we got it right back down again. We're at the full shields. He's got revenants. I don't care about revenants. Stay with him. Stay with him. No, don't let him get this one. Now that just deleted my wings, so maybe I should care about revenants, but we got him. Yeah, I don't know how I lost the wing there. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't think one burst would do that from no damage on the ship, but hey, you know what? We got the fight. Hey, Ekon, good morning. Oh man, an industrial gems would be fascinating. I'm doubting that. Yeah, Kruger is very much a high-end. You know what? I see Kruger as H&K, or I don't know Avianis enough. They're like the bougie. They're the bougie combat guys. They're the guys where it's like, you're too poor for our product. LMT, Daniel Defense? Yeah. I don't know, Daniel, LMT's a good one. No, maybe... The thing is I don't think we have any military contracts, right? So... I was gonna say it was Knights. Knights Armament is, also one of those, like, really over fucking done brands. A combat generalist would be awesome if it could actually fight, but I don't believe CIG can pull off that balancing. At best, it would be a good PvE ship. All right, Ares, you want to go again? Good, first mag. Let's cut through here. I can aim trade this all day long because his shields will be down. We come through. There's the kill. Good fight, Ares. Yep. Well, if you think about what you're doing, right? We're in an orbit, okay? And if you have forward strafe as you're coming through, you are also extending the orbit. Forward will push that circle wider, whereas nothing will just keep you at your current speed you'll turn, and back will actually stop your energy and turn you, right? And we can prove this. We can physically prove this, right? How does the pole drill work? We're gonna come over here. We only have a thin pole, but we can do it over here. So this is what happens, right? So in the pole drill, your goal is to orbit something as close as possible. Hold on, this guy wants to fight. We'll do the pole drill in a second. Oh, okay. If you want to go, if you want to shoot now. They got his shields down. Been good mags, good mags, good mags. Fight the G's here a bit. Been around the nose like that. Sit over him where we can. Come back through. Been around that nose. Don't let his nose stay on us. He's using gimbals now, which is hurting him a lot. Now, why? Because his aim is still bad, and now he's just slowing down his rate of fire. Now, if he had good aim, the gimbals would be helping. Okay, he's gonna get a reset here. That's okay. I'm okay with a reset. He can reset if he wants. I'm just gonna get all my resources back. Now he's coming in with a lot of high energy, so he's not gonna be able to dodge this fire. And his shields are down. And that's the kill. Good fight, Lego. Back to the pole drill. So, training? Yeah, we are for training. You can sign up for training in the Discord. Alternatively, we could do something for the Foundation Festival, and you can help me under skin. But yeah, so here we go. Star Citizen combat exists in orbits. So you have two ships orbiting each other, but you can still train your rate fighting with the pole drill. And the pole drill is pretty simple. You're just trying to orbit as close as you can something. Now this is a little bit wide, a little bit oblong, so you have to do it a little bit differently here, right? But now here, I want to show you what happens. All right, I'm turning. I wanted to let go of the throttle. It looks like I turned faster there, right? Now we fell out of the orbit, but we came up. So letting go of the throttle brings you away, because it's the throttle that's keeping you in the orbit in decoupled mode. Okay. And remember, guys, we always dogfight in decoupled because creating the orbit is easy. It's just W. So all I'm doing to do this orbit is just W, 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 W. Let go. W. Let go. Now I'm going to show you what happens if I hold W. And I'm going to not be able to turn through this, and now we're going farther and farther away. This is why holding W gives you a slower turn. It pulls you into a much longer orbit and then out of the orbit entirely, because you have more forward thrust than you have authority to turn. Basically, you won't be able to get enough energy in the direction to just hold W. Now we back strafe. So what happens on back strafe? Okay, we're holding it. Back strafe. Well, you see how my nose snapped up? Because it was once again pulling us away even quicker than going to neutral is. So once again, we're in the orbit. We're gonna max return right here, right? And then back strafe. No snaps. Goes up really quick. So that's the fundamentals on learning how to rate. Once again, get an actual pole. Don't get that being oblong is really weird. The pole SPK. Do the pole drill. Get really good at doing the pole drill and boost, not boost, close as you can, but yeah. A Shiv Red variant revives you with tetanus. Did you actually get the skin? Fix your game, Chris. Fix your game, Chris. Fix your game. That's hilarious. Nibiero, okay. Very wiggly in Nibiero. All right, so he's on keyboard, and he's using the 8080 bug strafe right here. So that's okay. Bro, he's so wiggly. All that left, right, up, down that his Pip is doing. Working. Got damage through. Bringing shields back. Dude, you're so fucking wiggly. Holy shit, brother. It's like his bit was alert to me. This is why, right here, guys, is that you can spend a lot of money on the game and it won't really matter because there's always someone who will be better than you, and this guy is definitely just using mouse and keyboard. Maybe pedals, but probably pedals looking at his rolls. But those strafes, that's keyboard strafes right there. Good fight. Good fight. What's good? I may have seemed salty there. That's just like, oh wow, okay, I can immediately tell what he's doing. It's valid. The game lets him do it. He ain't doing anything wrong. Yeah, that's why like what I would say is we need to bring the accelerations down. He's doing this. That's what he's doing. Every time he sees my nose coming up, he's just nope, 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 nope. Which is really, really effective on a digital input. So that's why you don't need to spend thousands of bucks to enjoy the game. That being said, you still need, like, just doing that alone, if you don't know what you're doing, it still won't work. Aries wants to go again. God, Aries, you're making me look good tonight. Let me lose more. That's okay. How's it going, Drift? Good to see you. Wow. Terrible first merge for both of us there. Not my best while matching. Flung the ship there to try to avoid the knife. This should be... There's the kill. Good fight, Ares. Alright, we've done about 40 minutes of this. We'll do another 20 minutes and then we'll get into PU. Not totally sure what I want to do today. Could do more Hathor. Could go back and get out ships. Alright, I want to fight you. Hobo is the Paladin here. Because the Paladin's a 2v1 ship. I think he got the power plant there. Stay on this right. Staying close. Yep. Put over his nose. Put over his nose. All right, I'm okay with him resetting. I need to get resources back too. I mean, there's the kill. Oh. Good fight. I feel like the ship indicator is with the colors is kind of confusing. It feels like you go red, black, or like yellow, red, black, red again. Sometimes. Am I crazy? I don't know. Like I can tell I was damaged there, but like I don't know, to me that looked like I was less damaged than I was before, so I kind of wish I just had a percentage to look at. Especially for shields. I want just a number for my shields if I'm being real with you. 2 Ed, engaging OQ. How's it going, Aeon? It's good to see you, my man. Alpha Wolf. An empty Alpha Wolf. Go into free flight, also Cal's video and Minimum's flight video are good for advanced flight. So Spacebike do that too. Now Spacebike doesn't really help you turn. Got you. Okay, no skins. So do we know if it's you need to do it multiple times, or if it's like you have to wait till the end? Yeah, Minmin's video is really good, actually. I kind of like it more than I like mine. I'm gonna be real with you. They did a good job on that. I want to fight this guy all lobby. Please, good sir, give me one of your duels. I don't see you throw back. Are you gonna throw back? There we go. Yes. All right. Adam? That was weird. You got shields back? What? How did you get shields back? Is it a stealth shield? What's going on there? Okay, I swear I'm not getting feedback when he's hitting me sometimes. It's not his fault. He's not cheating by any means. Just the game. Like, there are some times where I'm pretty sure he's tapping me on the wings and is not telling me. So I'm below him right now in the race. Oh, no, we were ahead of him. I don't know. I thought since I was black, I had gone farther. That was a close fight. He was really good. Once again, and all things complain about, nothing, he did nothing wrong. He was doing a great fight. Just it felt like, yeah, he was tapping my wings when I wasn't getting any feedback, and he was hitting my shields down. That was a really close fight. Oh yeah, absolutely. No. Yeah. No, Min-Min's is really good. They did a really good job on that. There's no jealousy here. Like, I can respect. I mean, I think she's also slightly better than me. I fought her once, only once, and she did win. So, heck yeah. I mean, she's with Ares, and they have their whole Howler wing. They're all really good people. I flew with Pirate Pengu for a little bit, and not like flew with him as in the org, just like we had a play session together, right? And another guy, his name M something. I'm blanking his name. He's frequently in the JJ Discords too. They're all really good guys over there, guys and gals. Let's spin around the nose. Work to keep in that. Ooh, that was a weird vision right there. I can spend some energy to get here, but I won't have to give it up. We're out of this. We'll just keep him down like this. We're still got plenty of our shield. We'll trade a little bit of it to try and get here. Oh, is he gonna give us? Here we go. Yep, we got pancake. We'll slide over right here on his wing. Okay, from the back out because we got a kill. Good fight. Good stuff. Stream buffering unless it's you. It's hard to tell in the software. Let's see. No, it's definitely lagging. I think it just happens sometimes with my internet chat. I apologize. I don't know if there's much I can do. We're on Ethernet. Just typically your voice might not be me. Well, I appreciate that, someone. Yeah. All right. So, okay. If the Kruger Stingray, guys, is a generalist ship, like I think a lot of people want it to be, and I think there's a decent chance it might be, what would we want it to do? All right. So I think the idea is it has a med bed like the Clipper. That's how it competes. A crafting table, but what is its shtick? Hyandix with the wolf. Hold on. This is gonna be a hard fight. Aeonus is very good now. come on. Get in a shot there. That was a bad mag for me. Very bad mag for me. You can take some of that. Oh, good fight. That was so close, Aeonix, man. You are literally exponential growth, my friend. I can't shout you out enough. Guys, I want to point this out. He started like 1 or 2 months ago. And all he's been doing is PvPing. And I've been playing the game for years. Now, granted, I'm not like especially a talented guy. Aeonix is putting in the work, and he is fucking good. See, Wolf, if it's a medium fighter, I want it to be good at something. Like, give us a medium fighter that has a quantum dampener. Not snare, dampener. More speed than the Guardian QI. And a good turn rate or something. That was a really hard fight, Aeonix. Good stuff. I'm so proud of that guy. He can carry a Nova. Looks pretty at size 6s. Is lagging a little, Mr. Kill? Okay. Yeah, look, it might just be how it goes. His aim was good. He's a very mid-range duelist in the class, which is very interesting. This is not gonna go good for me. Yep, he's already getting shields back. I want to say he's ahead. Keep it on, keep it on. I feel like his shields are interesting. God, I'm not doing good in this mid-range. You know, if he wants to backstrafe, fine. We can backstrafe. If he's gonna backstrafe me all day, that's okay. I'll just backstrafe too. We will never fight. Well, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But like, I'm struggling into his backstrafe, so I'm gonna stop playing his game, right?
He's really determined to keep this fight in medium range. Using up all my boost. Just even try and push him. Yep, good fight. Good fight. Wasn't nothing wrong with how he was flying. It was just like, man, dude. Yeah. The mid-range is definitely an area where my aim suffers a bit. Why I like to try and push into the knife. I will never say to anyone that I'm the best pilot in the world or anything like that. Well, he did nothing wrong. There's nothing shitty about how he was flying at all. It was just a very good counter for how I fly. He is 100% okay to fly that way. There's nothing wrong about that at all. Obstructing for in the parking area. What? On free fly? Yeah, a lot of back shape enjoyers this week. It's because shields are so strong. That's why. The shields instantly regenning is absolutely encouraging this. Oh, I'm overrolled there. Oh, you're over my turn right? There we go. And your shields came back. What is up with these shield regen times, man? I swear there's not 10 seconds between some of these hits. This is gonna be tight here. God, close fight again. I don't care for the Basher personally. I like the Basher a lot. I think its core shape is really, really good. I think it's very well balanced. Coming in, not being the new best, everyone must fly this ship is good for the game's health, and also just slots in really nicely between the Gladius, Wolf, and Arrow. It's definitely... It can hang there, right? So here, let's pull out my Basher. Into the Wolf is going to suffer a lot. It is kind of best into the Gladius. But it can still kill just about anything. It's still a medium range light though because of that turn rate. But yeah. You might give me this time, Andex. This is going to be a really hard fight for me. This would be a really, really hard fight for the Basher. Oh, you're the Gladius now, actually. Hold on. Scout for those shots. I was doing good at keeping his shields down that whole time. Almost got him. Come on, there we go. We found him. Oh, oh. Need to get him to get his shields down too, like that. I think we got him. I think he's lost a wing or something. Yep. Good kill. Yeah, no, if you were in the Wolf, that would have been a win for you. Yeah, so the Basher does well because it's so small that it's actually quite evasive. And then you stagger fire its weaponry, you double his weight of fire. It's really good at finding that soft pip, right? Like the true pip you can find very, very easily with it. It has a lot of damage for its category. And once again, it hard caps out with M cannons at damaging the Kami and like technically the Carrack. But that's just because the Carrack has a very low laser resist. It's going great, Eagle Eye. Having a great night. Honestly. Yeah, so like I understand that the chicken wire on the cockpit comments. If you're a regular player of the game, right? Great fight on Dex. Once again, you would have taken me in the Wolf, I'm pretty sure. But like with head tracking, I don't care. I can see just fine out of this thing. Let me turn back on staggered fire. I do think that's important. Yeah, also I do love that it's a twin stick ship, just like how I fly. Okay, so like, why? I'm not trying to be shitty or sarcastic. Genuinely, why? Because like, look, my UI is passing right through it, right? I can track this guy, no issue. Even with the even the crane doesn't really bother me when I have it on there. Because right now, my visibility is lower because it's dark than because of the chicken wire. Is it just the aesthetic of it is bad? Because I agree, the aesthetic sucks. What I like about the Basher visually okay. But hear me out. Now imagine I had the crane on still for the top bit. I really like the set back cockpit all the way in the back. The stubby wings. What I see when I look at this thing from just its raw shape is this. I see this ship on crack cocaine. Now yes, the engines are moved to the wings, right? And this has become a crane. But that's like the vibe I get from the Basher that I like so much, right? It's a better example when you have the crane on, because the crane creates that vertical stabilizer look, right? But yeah, what I see is a Viper that dropped out of college, got addicted to the crack cocaine, and is now a little rough around the edges. Sea Dog will mop the floor with me. We can fight him though. I'm in couple, that's why I can't match him. I'm like, why am I struggling? Somehow we gotta put it in couple mode. I think Sea Dog might be AFK. There he is. He was in a different ship. Alright, he's gonna kick our ass, chat. Sea Dog is a great pilot and he's better than us. But it's always a fun time to fight somebody who's good. Yeah, dude, that guy, he's a guy who absolutely fully understands the nature of how to be evasive in one of these things. It's like he's in your head, right? He can tell when you're on him and he'll completely just shift off. Already had a boost to try and stay away from that. See if we can do any damage to him at all before he gets us down. This is why, guys, like I said, I'll never say I'm a top pilot. I'm mid-level in PvP. But in PU, of course, the average PU pilot still flies couple. And that's basically a death sentence in and of itself. For the average PU pilot. Some people make it work. Yep. Called that one. I'm not a fan of the joke. No, like I said, there's a lot of the look that I don't like. What I like is the shape and how it performs. The raw shape of it I feel is good. If I just don't, if I like right here, if I don't look close, love it. When I zoom in and I'm like, why the fuck is there rope, like actual rope on there that would burn off on re-entry? Why is there a harpoon that you can't see? These harpoons, guys, you can't see them from the pilot seat. Like, they are not visible, so you can't see the tip of your nose when you're coming to land, right? That bugs me so much. I hate these harpoons, right? You know, there are some cool sections of it too, like the little exposed cowling there, or not cowling, that extra, you know, little bit on the exhaust that brings out another little flame. Like, that's cool. The hole in the wing, I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Why does every basher have the same exact battle damage hole in the wing? Like, it just looks wrong. It should be, if it needs to be there on every single basher. Basher is still a ship Grays is still a ship manufacturer. They should have cut that section out and welded it on plate to cover the hole, right? Like, they went to junkyard. The Shiv still looks like a production product. The Basher looks like a one-off, but it's not a one-off, it's a mass-produced ship. So yeah, like I said, I love the shape of it. We're gonna die. I was going to set stuff up. But yeah. And by the way, guys, that wasn't the ship diff into Sea Dog. He is dramatically better than I am. He's a really good pilot. No, we love Sea Dog here. No, okay, look, once again, I understand that. It didn't have to be a battle damage hole. They did that to be artistic. But it makes no sense. Because it's a mass-produced ship, right? So it should be a hole that was laser cut out of it, and they bolted on bits of metal to cover up the inside so you still had a sealed wing. Right? The battle damage hole, the fact that it's battle damage is what makes no sense. Hey, Onyx, you want to go Gladdy in the Gladdy? And we both got shields back there. Ah, good fight, man. Yeah. Yeah, NDBs into adders is annoying. Because it kind of forces me in the fight in the back strafe to try to abuse the range diff. Not really there. Good fight, great fight. That was close. I was just out of boost at the end there. Like I said, guys, Aeonix is really good. He's not been playing long, and he has picked up so much. I'm really proud of that guy. Yeah, you got a little bit more damage and more fire rate, which makes it very hard to not try to abuse the range diff. Yeah, that DPS diff is huge. Oh, you have a wing. That's the fight. That is the fight, good sir. Yeah, dude, good stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. We are in 1 hour and 14 minutes, so we will end on a loss to Aeonix because he's fucking earned that. He's done really, really well once again, guys. No salt here. He's done really good. He is so new to the game, and he is absolutely kicking ass. He definitely found some of the right people, got some of the right ideas in his head. He's put in the work. All right, let's go to the PU. Journey John just rated with 6. Hey, JJ, how's it going, man? How'd your stream go, dude? Yeah. The real reason, I wish they just never told us why the hole was there. Have you read it right? Welcome, JJ's viewers. JJ is a better pilot than me. So, be ready for that. Not yet, Iron Sea Dog. I wanted to fight you a little bit more there. We only got one off, but good stuff, dude. You're still as cracked as ever, my friend. All right. I know we're still in the PvP playlist and we're in the loading screen for the PU, but it's Undertale, so I'm gonna let the music play. Oh. I think I'm gonna go to Chalice. We'll just see what's going on there. Thank you for following, Righteous. I recognize that name. I don't know what you mean. JJ's exception, but yeah, JJ's awesome. Nothing but love for JJ. The Stingray though, yeah. So okay, yeah. So in my mind, the Stingray is one of two things, right? And we did get this image. I'll pull it up again here, right? Once it loads, my PC is deciding to revolt against me again. Here we go. But I think what it is more likely going to be is probably I just work here. JJ, you don't need to be humble when I literally have hours and hours of video footage of you kicking my ass. I watch back to try and get better. So this is the only image we have, right? What I see here is this is some sort of retro thruster slash intake. Okay, I think this is the nose. I think we can make out a cockpit reflection here. I'm thinking I'm seeing like a cockpit that goes down, line up here, sort of like a Palantino helmet, and I'm seeing like a landing gear, right? So what's more likely is probably a medium fighter. We've gotten a snub, light, and heavy this year. We have not gotten a medium fighter. In Kruger, they're known for fighters. They're known for combat ships. It's probably a medium fighter. But at some point, they said we were getting a generalist ship to compete with the Clipper. If we got a Kruger generalist with like a medbed or an EMP or maybe even fucking an interdiction something, I don't know, that could be cool. And it would be interesting to see Kruger finally take on a bigger ship because they haven't done that yet. They haven't made any big ships. They've only done light fighters and snub fighters. My Polaris is still in here. Hey, right, just good to see you, man. Bespoke C788s, right? All right. It is time for us to turn the music over, though. We're no longer doing the epic combat stuff. Yeah, so generally, guys, from JJ's stream, he came in kind of right at the tail end of when I was doing my combat stuff, which is why this music's playing. 1 second. There we go. Yeah, I usually start streams off with an hour of just free flight PvP, just to try to develop myself, get better. Once again, I am a PvP main. I do enjoy the game a lot, but I am decidedly mid-level. I am not the upper echelon of PvP pilots, and so we can assume there's some fancy clock in the cockpit, right? Let's go ahead and store Polaris. We had this up because we were showing a viewer what a capital ship looks like. You think the Xi'an ship was meant to be the generalist, though? That's possible. That is definitely possible. But we were also thinking a snub, too, from them, right? Cal and JJ taught me everything I know. JJ, let me glaze you, man. All we need is one duel, and we'll show everyone. Alright. What do we want to fly down in there? I mean, obviously the Talon's the OP stuff. I kind of want to try out the Wolf, though. I think the Generalist will go to one of the main brands rather than the Kruger. Yeah. I need to join me on a multi-crew ship sometime. I don't do multi-crew that often, but it could still be fun. It could be a lot of fun. Yeah, okay. We just pulled back a bunch of components. We're talking about the Kruger ship, so let's fly a Kruger ship. I also think right now it is quite interesting. We'll do high sec for that carbon fiber look, and we're going to unequip that because we're probably going to change that quantum drive. No, we're not. We already have a VK double aught on there, so we'll throw a snow blind in there. Glacier. I got a JS300 on my other Wolf. Let's go grab that.
I can see Aegis getting a generalist. It hasn't been an Aegis ship in years. Yeah, Aegis would be cool. I still wish, I want so bad for a fighter that has a true vertical stabilizer. I want like an in-between of a Basher and like an Anvil ship. I want a ship that is military, it's a production ship, but I want it to kind of be like almost Drake in how it's like kind of like a malicious focused, cheap to make, simple ship. Like give it a single engine, give it a vert stabilizer, give it, you know, traditional wings, nothing too fancy on it, and just focus on the basics and make it just a really good dogfighter with nothing too special. That would be like my favorite ship. And give it canards, please. Give me a Gripen. give me an F-16 or a Gripen in game, and I'm just gonna be happy. All right. So there we go. And now we can do an FR-66 and a force wall, and that should be decent. We're gonna need to get missiles somewhere. Yeah, I'm really sad they've been taking out MFDs. Thanks, Bug, for the power plant, right? Would a Starlancer tag be a small home base? I don't like the Robocop visor cockpit there. Okay. You could put, so it has a med bed on it. It has a snub hanger. That snub hanger is a snub hanger though, so you're only getting a Fury or two in there, or Bash, or sorry, not Basher, a Pitbull or two in there. I don't know if it still has this main drop down cargo thing. The problem is you're gonna need to get your home base within like 100 kilometers of wherever you want to actually operate out of with your snub. That's why the Basher is so compelling, because it still has this quantum drive, right? We got any new Stingray news release? Not anything new, just this guy, and we're talking about it. Like I said, I think the most likely answer is that it's a medium fighter. We've gotten a snub this year, we've gotten a light and a heavy, we have not yet gotten a medium. It's Kruger, they like their fighters. That is what I think is the safe bet, right? And in honor of the new ship coming out soon, we're flying our own and we'll be taking it over to Charles. But what I think is a fun idea is they said we were getting another generalist ship to compete with the Clipper. And I don't think it's likely, but maybe we're getting a larger Kruger ship. You see, Aries, and like I totally see what you mean, but if you're gonna do that, I really think, honestly, the Carrack is better, because the Carrack can carry a Basher, and that's a good combo, because then you could you could have supplies in your Carrack for rearm repair. You do some trade with it. Yes, some of those cargo bays kind of suck. You have a vehicle up front. You still have a med bed, but you have a bigger hangar, and then having the quantum drive on the snub is game changing, because you could actually operate out of it. The biggest risk of putting a lot of effort into home basing is when you need to take your home base to every location and risk it. Like, let's say you want to do a bunker mission or an ASD site or something like that, where you don't really need a cargo ship, and as you're coming down, a bug takes your main ship, you lose a lot of progress. Whereas if you're coming down in the Basher instead, you lose one fighter, which you then go claim, fly back to your home base, right? Yeah, so between the Starlancer attack and the Carrack, I lean Carrack. They do have pilot guns now. They slaved the top turret to the pilot. It's not awesome pilot guns. It's really not, but it's better than it used to be. IAE is one of their largest recruiting sales for new players. Yeah, that's a really strong point.
I just think it'd be cool to think of the idea of it. Once again, I think it's most likely going to be a medium fighter. Where's my helmet? Well, this might be a problem. This might be a problem, chat. Is it on my belt? I can't tell. All right, well, don't eject. You can fit 2 quantum drive ships in attack? Which ones? Get out and check, yeah. Yeah, let me just step outside really quick. It'd be kind of cool if that clock actually showed your real, like it took the time from your system computer. Oh yeah, no, I really do like this ship. I just kind of don't like how it looks more like a speedboat than a plane. All right, guys, hear me out. When it comes to spaceships, there are 2 types of spaceships. There are space planes, and there are space boats. Usually larger ships are the space boats, and the smaller ships are the space planes. This one's a mix. This really does feel like it should be in the water. Like it is just the shape of that nose is so speedboat. Also, I have beef with engines on wingtips. I know the Basher also has that, so I like that. But one, of course, on the Basher you can lose them. You can't really lose them on the Wolf. But also, just give me wings. Give me wings. I like regular wings. I like nice, sharp, flat, thin wings that don't take a bunch of fire. I don't know. Once again, I'm not a ship designer. I don't know CIG's design docket when it comes to this stuff. They are beautiful ships, though. Basher, the Shrunken Down Wolf, changed my mind. They're very similar. The Wolf is just kind of better, though. The Basher's fun, but the Wolf is a very, very good ship right now. But part of that does come down to, hey, kitten, baby, hey, baby boy, come here. Get around my stuff. There we go. Hello. Hello. Do they sell Dominator missiles here? I just need any size 2 missile right now if I'm being real, though. Okay, frame rate. If you could come back while I'm flying towards the station at this fast, that'd be lovely. Please, please, God. Oh, God. Oh, come on. Go pilot check, right? Yep, we're going to Pyro to get some fights in. We got a pretty decent building on this thing now. So my theory is it's going to be a medium fighter. We've gotten a heavy fighter, a light, and a snub this year. We're going to crash and lag. Jesus Christ. Fucking frame rate game. We're going to have actually a decent landing before that. That's okay. He is a happy kitty, but he's very he does not understand personal space. He is wanting all of the attention. There we go. Little nose for it. We are getting the galaxy. That's true. We're getting the galaxy at some point. I don't think we're getting the galaxy in 410 though. That would have way more hype behind it. All right. He also sells claws. I mean, he's kind of gonna wait on it. They mean by the 3 states. See, that's what I don't know. That is what I don't know. So what we could have is our first fighter that can cross between being an interceptor tune ship or a fighter tune ship, which would be broken on a dedicated combat ship. I kind of wanted it on like the starter, like the Aurora Mark II, right? Because then, you know, with its weapon package, it wouldn't be broken. Aside from that, maybe it could be swapping into like an interdiction mode or something like that. I really don't know. They understand that your space is their personal space. Oh, he's probably... I want a ship that has variable geometry like the Aurora. Yeah. I wanted the Aurora to fly like a Gladius. With how big it was and with how poorly armed it was, it would have been fine. It would have just been fun. It would not have been overpowered. But they made it fly like a Sleeper Hornet, and because of that, it is so sad to me. All right, we just need any size 2 missile, please. Ah! Well, they have the task force, which is my favorite size 1. We have size 1 missile racks. All right, let's see what I have in here. We have missile racks. 4.6 million. I wonder how you got that. We got it mostly legit. I sold my script to Sill. Yeah, I sold some glasses to Hazard. Oh, these are bespoke missile racks. Poop. Well, this is a waste of time. What do you think about how they made the M80 with a hardpoint loadout that far exceeded all other heavies? Made the Basher the weapon loadout that underperforms with past lights? The ground mode like wheels? That would be wild. I don't think it will. That would be funky. So yes, I gave him Pledge Tour glasses. I gave him these guys. But I also gave him some Electo glasses that we found that were an actual loot find. This is what he wanted in the first place. Gentlemen, I do believe we have officially, though, glitched away our flight helmet forever. The dangers of logging off with a helmet on your hip. We have lost our helmet. So, Vesper, let's go back to your question. First of all, the M80 isn't overarmed. And the Basher isn't underarmed. I think we're looking at the sizes kind of in a void, which is okay. But we have to take a look at what exactly the ships are. So let's remember that the Guardian MX is the Gladius. The M80 is the Buccaneer.
They're different ships with different roles. The M80 is an interceptor. The Buccaneer is an interceptor. They don't turn well. They don't strafe well. They just go fast in a straight line. They're very strong ship types, but they aren't good at individual duels. So the Gladius will outturn and outrate and a Buccaneer all day, every day. So if it had the same firepower, those ships both had 3 size 3s, then in a duel situation, the Buccaneer has no options. So in an interceptor, because you cannot turn with somebody, you need to apply damage on the merge and keep them in mid-range until they eventually get over your turn rate. They need more firepower because that's how they get their value, is forcing the nose-to-nose trade, making you shoot into each other where they have more DPS. So the M80 is not overarmed. It is exactly as armed as it should be, because it's an interceptor and it cannot turn duel with the Guardian MX. If it had the same loadout as the Guardian MX, it would lose every fight. Same way that as if the Buccaneer had the same loadout as the Gladius, it would lose every fight. Interceptors need more forward firepower to be competitive. So the Basher has a lot of firepower, and let's go into that. People think 6 size 2s, they just hear size 2, they hear size 2, they hear size 2, and their concept is PvE. Now this is CIG's fault, because they've made PvE for combat a game of numbers. Do you have enough damage to get through a ship? It doesn't seem with PvP, but with PvP, people are still flying small ships. It doesn't really matter. I agree, C-Dog. Right? So let's pull out once again the Gladius is our example. That's the defaulto. Guys, let's give it NDBs, because we can see from our good friend Iondix how insane NDBs are on it. The Gladius has just under 2k DPS, 1924 DPS with a full NDB loadout. Okay, let's go to the Basher. If we give it a full NDB loadout, which is my favorite way to run it, we have more DPS. We have about 600 more DPS, a little bit over 600 more DPS. Now, if we actually went back to the Gladius and we went with attritions, we would actually have closer to 1,000 more DPS. Okay, so it out damages other fighters in its category. It just peaks because of the alpha damage system at being able to damage a Connie, which isn't really that good for PvE, right? But in PvP against fighters where it's designed, the Basher is really, really well thought out. And let's go to compare here. Let's pull up the Gladius. Let's pull up the Basher. Let's pull up the Arrow. These are kind of the top ones. You can replace the Arrow with the Wolf. The Wolf's doing amazing right now. And everyone comes here and looks at this and they look at the raw numbers without much context, and they just think the Basher is bad, right? So the Basher has the lowest numbers across the board. Lowest speed, lowest strafes, lowest turn rate, and lowest health and armor, right? So they say, okay, so it has size 2 guns, worse strafes, worse speed, worse turn rate. What the fuck does it have? Well, what we have to remember is that G's evasiveness is an equation. It's not just raw G's. So from this image, if you were just reading this alone, you would think that the Gladius actually is more evasive than the Basher. Well, I should actually swap these. Hold on. I'm gonna put the Arrow in red, sorry, and the Gladius in green. That just makes more sense to my brain. Okay, but the Gladius has 12.9 G's boosted to the side. The Arrow has 13.9. But we have to remember, guys, when you're dodging fire, it doesn't just matter how quick you move in that direction. What matters is your physical size. So it is an equation for evasiveness. And the smaller your ship is, the more use you make out of your G's. Look at how much smaller the Basher is compared to the Gladius, right? That is basically 2/3 the size. That is huge. So there's a math equation we can do, and I think if I pull up my notepad, I will still have
the last things we did on this, last time we did this talk, so I had this talk frequently. Yeah. So the Gladius strafes at 127.4 meters per second. If you divide that by its beam width, that's this width is this metric right here, it can move boosted 7.5 ship lengths of itself per second. So that's how basic it is. The arrow has more G's and is smaller, right? It has more G's and is smaller. So the arrow can pull out 11.35 ship lengths per second. That's why the arrow is so great at dodging. What is the basher? We did the math. I didn't write it down here. The math on the basher with less G's than the Gladius is 10.4. It is almost as evasive. I can do the math again for you if you want, but I can just take my word for it. It's 10.4 ship lengths per second. So it out dodges the Gladius despite having worse strafes, right? Now, as for turn rate, this turn rate is so close that the basher is 67, the Gladius is 68, boosted to 80.4 versus 81.6. But here's the kicker: the basher has better rolls. So if you're on the aggression, it'll be a lot harder for the Gladius to roll match you. So you can actually at times use that to outrate the Gladius because you have better rolls. The M80 has too many upsides and downsides when compared to other heavies. This includes components and the hard points. Okay. So hold on. We don't gotta get defensive, guys. We don't gotta fight in here. So Vesper, what you are encountering is not unique to the M80. It's unique to interceptors. The current balance of the game so strongly favors interceptors. And what I will say is where the M80 probably could use a nerf is on shield strength. Given equal pilots that are skilled in a duel, the M80 has no answer for a Guardian MX. But shield strength is where it is, because how overpowered shields are. It's how overpowered shields are right now with their regens, and it's how overpowered interceptors are. And with the change coming in the PTU, it's only going to get more overpowered for interceptors. They're getting better again because they are absolutely nerfing the spool time on all categories, helmets. Let's see. They're nerfing the spool time on, that's medium. Damn, I was hoping that would be a flight helmet on going to nav mode, which is a good thing if you don't think about it too hard, because oh yeah, less nav running is really annoying. We can all agree on that. But the problem is that this really adversely affects fighters that need the nav run to avoid a gank, right? The only way fighters get out of a gank is by dropping noise, navving out, going and trying to spread out, and then hoping that the gankers have a worse nav merge than he does, right? So by nerfing the time it takes to get in there, you need to save more boost, which is, you're already boost starred than the fighter compared to an interceptor, and it's going to be a lot harder for you to actually get out of those situations. 2 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but it does matter. God bless your patience, Cal. I love this stuff. No interceptors have a component loadout other than the M80. The only heavies with 2 size 2 shields and 2 size 2 power plants are the Ares. The Scorp has 1 size 1 shield and 1 and 2 size 1 power plants. Yes, but the Scorp is also a different type of fighter. The Scorp is also interceptor tuned, you're correct, but the Scorp is a air superiority fighter. So right now the M80 is overtuned because they just nerfed the answer to the M80 which was the ballistic arrow. There's two hard counters to the M80. It was the ballistic arrow that's now been nerfed. Now it's also the Guardian MX. You cannot beat a Guardian MX that is of comparable skill to you in an M80 in a duel that you can't just run away from. Like, if you're forced to finish the fight, the Guardian MX wants what you want and it does it better than you. So yeah, and that's the interceptor thing. Any interceptor gives that advantage. Citizen. Interesting, Nibal. Are we certain that spool that spool to nav mode though, and not spool to just to recharge your jump? Why you no power my shield? I feel like my power just got lost. It's not. So, okay. Citizen Vesper, have you ever fought a skilled Guardian pilot with it? I think I just like lost some power there. Oh well. So let's talk about it, I guess. We did buy a helmet, Zach. Here's the M80. Here is the Guardian MX. Okay, and we're gonna need some more tabs, and we're gonna need some more tabs. Okay, so the main issue, the difference between these two ships is this number right here, right? So first of all, the M80 cannot dodge. It wants the nose trade. Why the M80 is so good is it forces you into a nose trade where it has better weaponry. It has the speeds to create that nose trade, right? So the Guardian MX specifically has way more armor than you. Way more armor than you. More health than you too, right? Like this graph is almost misleading. So with ballistics, which both of them are going to be running because ballistics haven't been nerfed for them yet, whether it's the 84Bs, which is what they used to be, or now the sea cannons, it will want you to enforce the nose trade. That is the only game the M80 has, is to force a nose trade, okay? Because it can't turn. It needs to assume that it, with its firepower, here we go. There we go. Getting rid of the gladius fixed that. Fix that bug. Yeah, this is the issue, right? So even though the M80 does out damage the Guardian MX, so M80, and we'll give it a cannon loadout. That's what I see most people run on them. We can give it 84Bs too. That's okay. C788, and we'll do a Deadbolt 5 for right now for its sort of maximum alpha. There we go. So 4,620 DPS on this guy, and we're gonna do Guardian MX. Here we go. And once again, we're gonna come over here and we're going to do C788, 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 C788. So less, quite a bit less. Part of that is the rate of fire as well, but quite a bit less. However, the thing is this alpha. It's still doing really good alpha. If we go back to here,
the alpha damage is actually higher on the Guardian. So when it gets those hits, it's going to be doing a lot more. And you have such a mountain decline against the Guardian MX. And here's the thing. Because of that mountain you have to climb in damage, and you have no way to outfly it. The whole shtick of the M80 is it keeps at range and it aim trades you down with a nose trade. It can't dodge very well. It has terrible strafe, right? So if you look at the side strafes there, it's bad, right? Its boosted strafe is worse than the regular strafe of the Guardian, right? It does have a better profile. It does. But yeah. The only thing it's good at is roll. Every other stat is going to lose out to this here. So it can't get over you in a turn rate. It can't do anything to get away from your nose. And both of you are going to have masked radars. So you're going to have the same range. You have to do so much more. You have to do like 8 times more damage than him. If he's hitting his shots and you're hitting your shots, you lose every time. This is a cliff that is a hard counter in a duel. Now, we are assuming a duel. We're assuming the M80 can't just run away. If it can run away, no problem at all. But basically the Guardian MX becomes a hard wall because yes, it does more damage, but it doesn't do enough more damage to actually overcome it. Yeah. Oh, go to your bed, baby. I don't know what's going on with my power. Let's just get out of here. Why are we assuming he doesn't run away? Okay, because we're talking about a duel. We're talking a situation where you are forced to finish the fight. Because otherwise, yeah, just nav out, bro. Hey, just joined here. Why are you using the Wolf? Because we're talking about Kruger. We have a new Kruger ship coming in. I want to fly the Wolf. The Wolf right now is the best laser dogfighter in the game. It is very evasive. It's doing very well. But of course, you know, that's only in free flight dual lobbies where people are agreeing to use lasers. It still underperforms versus the ballistic meta as of right now. But I wanted to fly it out, and we're going to be taking it over into Chala's, Gaslight, and Ashland to try and get some PvP. Oh, absolutely, it's a beautiful ship. Which was better? Well, if ballistic meta goes away, it will be the best ship in the game. So there you go. It is right now in free flight. It's one of the best duelists. Yeah, absolutely, Ekon. We're gonna get bounced off that. Yeah, we're gonna get bounced. Like I said, if we see a nerf to the M80, where we will see it is not in speed and not in loadout. It's going to be, they're going to remove one of its size 2 shields. That's what they did on the Buccaneer. The Buccaneer used to have 2 size 1s. In ballistic metas, those shields didn't matter.
Now that the fighters that used to counter it are now stuck into lasers, so the M80 is quite a difficult ship to dislodge if you aren't in a Guardian MX or a Talon. Talon also eats it alive. I'm not going nose to nose with any fighter in my M80. I'm merging fast and hard and getting out with repeat. So okay, we're talking entirely different scenarios, dude. You're talking a team fight. You're talking a fight where somebody doesn't know you're there. I'm talking duels where you're going to have where both pilots assume to agree to finish the fight, and also you know, is a 1v1, right? Team fights, interceptors are strong. That's not a M80 thing. Interceptors completely dominate team fights right now because of master modes. Master modes takes away all the authority on slower ships, and basically gives it to we might have to refuel first, and gives it to the ships that still have speed, which is the interceptors. Another reason why, like I said, I was really upset with to see the changes to spool time. Do I not have jump markers? I blind chat. Am I fucking blind? I can't see the station. That's the jump point right there. It should be right back this way, right? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. I was blind. Oh my god. Once again, interceptors have been the king of the team fight literally since Master Mode first came out. Nothing new with the M80. The M80 is just a heavy interceptor. LNF on site. Okay. Because in a team fight, yes, they fully dictate when everything happens. That's not new. That's just how it is. That's why, as a fighter main, it's quite frustrating for me to go into against ganks and team fights, right? Jesus Christ, Cat, you're making a huge mess. You're pissing me off here. So if you're saying your point keeps coming back to M80 is overpowered, and then list things that the overpowered category of ships have. They have better weaponry and components for their size. Like it does need probably a shield nerf. And I'll agree with you on that. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I need to affect this little boy. I'll go. You're not allowed. Come here. Come here. You're not allowed back there. Making a huge mess. Come here. Woo. All right. Now that we're fueled up, you might still need to cycle power here. You're right. All right. Looks like he did. Looks like he did move the camera. Let's try and fix it here. Up. There we go. To be fair, it's my fault for having a messy desk, but also Benny does not charge you all on site and you just kill the cutty. All right. We know when 410 releases. I'm guessing next week. Either next week or the week after it. We're in all waves. They have a ship sale coming up. Yeah, it's either going to be next Thursday or the Thursday after. Nord07, do I have any chance against AC tryhards with mouse, keyboard, and Toby? I want to improve. Should I start coupled or decoupled? Only decoupled. Coupled mode will get you killed every time. Mouse and keyboard is totally okay. Some of the best pilots in the world are still on mouse and keyboard. Now, here's the secret sauce, okay? You do need at least one analog axis, and by analog we mean something like a joystick, like pedals, things that have variable input, okay? Now, what we don't mean is the optical keyboards. Those seem good in theory, but they really are just not, there's not enough fidelity in the axis. By fidelity, we mean travel. So a high fidelity axis has a lot of travel to it, right? With an optical keyboard, you don't really get enough to actually get the control you need. So what most players do when they're going really try hard, probably one of the sweatiest ways you can actually even play this game, is mouse, keyboard, pedals. And you put your roll on pedals, because roll matching, hugely important in the raid fight. But yeah, you're totally okay to do mouse and keyboard, even without the pedals. Lots of people do it. Most people do it. But yeah, if you wanted to level up, that would be the first investment. You already have an eye tracker, right? Exactly. Pills is saying what I'm saying right here too. But yeah, you can totally get started in that. Now, as for do you have any chance against AC tryhards? Here's the thing, Nord. You're not going to go in and beat pilots who have trained and who have worked to develop their skill for hundreds and hundreds of hours quickly. What we say in the PvP community is you owe the game 1,000 deaths in PvP combat, right? And you can either get them done and out of the way in repeated fights, repeated duels, working with someone in AC quickly, or you can do it slowly in the PU when you get ganked, when you run into a pirate. So you expect to lose. Now there will be noobs like you, and when you run into those noobs, fight them until they leave the lobby. Fight them. Fight people at your skill level. That will help you the most. Getting crumped by the average PvPer will help you if you're talking with them and they can tell you what you're doing wrong. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard to know what's going on. So fight people at your skill level whenever possible. Now that's where, honestly, the PU is really good if you can find fights, because the average PU pilot is, respectfully, garbage at the game. They fly coupled, which is just a suicide button. They don't know any of the basics of 6 degrees of freedom combat. They don't know how to perform a corkscrew. They don't know how to merge. They think flying away in a straight line very fast actually dodges fire. because they see the AI do it. And that's one of my issues with this game, especially with the Gilly's Flight School, is even though it's really good for making money, it is really bad. Fighting the AI in this game will not teach you how to fly at all. At all. You need to go to PvP. You need to look up this degree of freedom, like fundamentals. You need to find courses, people explaining what the binary circle is, what roll aim is, what roll matching is, why the pip lies. You need to be willing to put in the effort to get there. But now, if you do, there's a member of my community. His name is Aeondix, and he's only started playing a month or two ago. I want to say 2 months ago. And this guy is already taking wins on me, and I've been playing for years. Now, once again, I'm not the best pilot in the world. I consider myself strongly mid-tier. I'm a journeyman when it comes to PvP. But the fact that I've been playing the game for years and years and years, and in 2 months he's learned that much, is because he is putting in that much effort. He's working with trainers. He's working with the right people to get there. It's achievable. It really is achievable. Yeah, but the unfortunate thing with that pill is, yes, gankers are usually the worst pilots, but it's so hard to overcome numbers. The longer the TTK is, the more it helps gankers. Now, Ekon, we're gonna hop into the OOP here. If you have time to get into Discord, go ahead and hop in. Otherwise, no worries. So unfortunately, most of A1's videos are from the old flight model. His stuff on master modes is still mostly viable. I do have a video myself. It's my Art of War video, and I will say I was really sick when I made the video, and there's a section I forgot to edit out where I'm just coughing to death. So be warned for that. It's also a really dry video. So, but I do think it covers basically what I would cover with any new pilot the first time going through it, right? It is a little bit dated now. There are some weapons in there, like I talk about the deadbolts, I think, when I talk about the rule of halves, and of course then there was the velocity rebalance and stuff, so it's a little dated. But yeah, Journey John is also really great to go. My cat is meowing like a storm. Jesus Christ. And Min Min also has a really good video. Min Min, her video is really well put together. So yeah. Yeah, direct training one-on-one with somebody is going to be the best way of doing it. Yeah, there's Aeondix. Like I said, he's pretty much brand new to the game. He's already PvPing really well. Every day that boy makes me proud. Anytime, Nord. Anytime. I also do offer one-on-one trainings, but there are better pilots to me. Hold on. I will never try to say I am truly top tier in this game until I've earned it. Well, Ekon seems like he's still there. Yeah, once you start PvPing, the PvE in this game will bore you to death. It is so different, so much more fun, more engaging. The AI does not fly like real people at all. Looks like it'll be night side. Now, let's be warned, guys, that I will be having probably frame drop issues. All right. Because I always have frame rate issues in these areas. Here we go. spin out from missile spam. Okay, Firebird. Are they still shooting you? Come on, frame rate. Come on, frame rate. Come on, frame rate. Failura. That's an that's an arrow. And he sees me. No, he doesn't. The frames. Alright, Failura right now is gonna help me on this guy. But see, this is the exact thing where interceptors like the Buccaneer and stuff. They can just control the fight. Oh, okay, F7. Those F7s are scary. Side this one with him. They're together. Can I strip one off? I'm out of boost. This is a little bigger fight than I thought it was. Traded into him. Mispressed there. I meant to drop chaff before I did that, and then I missed it. This is why the gank is so hard to overcome. It's a pure numbers game along TTK. Oh, god damn it! The fucking G's got me because I was half out there. And of course they're good at nav merging. Love how we were in scan mode there. Thank you, game. Okay, we gotta go. We don't have our respawn set, so we have to get out now. We're also out of flares. Yeah, so the gank is just so hard to come into if you're not in an interceptor. That's just what it is. Hey, thanks for the subscribe, Rubicon. I appreciate that. Let's head back down to... Oh, come on, cunts. Alright, well, that's my own fault, I guess. For trusting... not going far enough out. What ships are interceptors? That'll be your Buccaneer, your M80, your Scorpius. Your... technically your 325A as well. And a few others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Avenger. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. Is I'm out of flares, so I had to run. Then they chased as I was messing with the Navi computer. But yeah, Meteor is also one. Yep, Meteor, and so is the Mantis. Yeah. Hey man, you're pretty good. Yeah, I'm decent. I'm decent. It's really hard to punch into a group. The TTK is so long with lasers that basically, even if you beat somebody 10 ways to Sunday, if they have friends, they'll be able to outdamage you. Orcs are just a group of friends together. So like I said, and that right there, right? Like if they add an additional 2 seconds to getting into nav mode, it just makes fighters even worse. That's our fault for not setting our spawn. I thought Econ needed our help right now, so I was kind of like going in as quick as I could, though. But yeah. Yes. Both Hornets did. Friendship is the openest superpower? Yeah, but it's a little bullshit. Here's a good find. Thank you, Kamovsky. It was mid. I still lost. I think 1v1 I'd take any of them, but it wasn't a 1v1, right? I should have, as the second Econ today was dead, I should have gone and set my spawn.
Sure. Y'all want to be able to remember.
No, that was a 3v. a 3 to 4v1. I think they also had a missile boat, a Firebird. No, so the Bucks and the Bucks and the Hornets both had on their side 4 sea cannons, but they had NDBs in NDB's velocity match. This isn't the elevator. I'm in the wrong place. Anyways, we turn off the PvP music, and now we go back to our chill music because we have a long way back there. We tried.
Person Dynamics encourages all employees to update their imprint regularly. It's not only
Well, no, but so Silhouette in the older flight model, merging was substantially more difficult, right? So, because speeds were higher and you didn't have an instant take away all my energy button. With don't apologize, Ekon. That was not your fault. The second you told me you were down, I should have stopped jumping there and gone and set my spawn. That's not your fault. But anyways, because they've made merging and speed matching so easy, they took away all the skill from it with nav mode and into SEM. Team fighting just became so much stronger because you could get more numbers onto the fight. In the old flight model, you were able to actually pretty much, like, part of the advantage of jousting that everyone hated, well, you only jousted if you couldn't manage your own speed and energy, right? So if you were good, you could merge onto somebody, stay with them, and then all their friends would joust by you, and then you could isolate 1v1s. Now you have to just hope that they don't know how to nav merge, which is so easy, guys. It's a knowledge check, not a skill check. It's, hey, we nav out if you're going over 1,000, nav out at 3, otherwise nav out at 2.5, and you will land inside weapon range every time. And there are tools like the missiles and things like that as well to knock you out from going too far. So even an uncoordinated group can do very, very well ganking in the current flight model. That's why I want higher speeds, and I want let's see. Hey, why you bite me?
Hi.
Eh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, look good. What do you think about distortion? Is it good to use a Hawk or Raven in the group? Yeah, distortion is great. It's not so good if you're a solo. Yeah, I'm sad that I lost my cool helmet forever. Rip. Stop by Station Alpha and Nix, I can give you a couple of your actual helmets. Oh shit.
Kristen Security reserves the right to search travelers at any time.
Yeah, it'll come back next patch. I just
Stand by
want to miss it.
before boarding. Trespassing or attempting to trespass on train tracks is a serious
Part of me was hoping it would have reappeared here because this is where I lost it. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, that was my own fault. I knew I was going into a big fight. I tried to work with that arrow there,
next stop.
but with the TTK being so long, even if you win 3, 4, 5 passes with a guy, you're not going to be able to out damage the group. It does need to come out, and then we need to get full loot back. I'd be okay with buying my suit back every time.
TISA spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train.
Especially if it meant that I could loot some cool kills. All right. Well, one of the reasons why ballistics were so good. It still exists, 9-ball, but it's only external gun racks.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I think we gave the Kruger a shot. Where is all my ships?
Please visit us again. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us.
We'll try my personal hangar and see if I can access it there. Otherwise, we need to alt F4 and come back. Honestly, yeah. I don't know about this stream because we only got another 30 minutes in it. So I guess I do need to go back to you know what, let's do that. I was going to go back, keep up the brawl. Let's do it, because I was going to and I need to get my ironclad back anyways, which is at Levski, full of supplies. Let's see. Yeah, no, you're not wrong about it being only basically one jump. Oh my god. So I need one of you guys to slap me in the fucking face, because guess who didn't insure all those components that we looted? I'm certain this will not have the JS300 or the FR76. I'm certain I didn't insure it. I hate this system so much. Yep. That's stock. That's stock, baby. Bring the Polaris? Yeah, we can bring the Polaris. We just burned an FR66. You know what? I got no one to blame but myself. I've got no one to blame but myself. I got no one to blame but myself. But that hurts. That hurts. But yeah, 9-ball. That ensuring weapon stuff on weapon racks does still work. It's not internal weapon racks, so it's only the external ones on like the Basher, Gladius, Ares. Yeah. No, I'm blaming myself. I know of the insurance system. I just am not programmed for it yet. It's been here for a long time. Yep, we're gonna need to do a lot more path running because we lost snow blinds. And we lost snow blinds. We lost FR66s. That was like my best kitted fighter. Oh. God, that's heartbreaking. This is why, like, guys, whenever I say stuff, I have a way of speaking really sure about things, right? Like, I come off as I know a lot. But also, I need you all to remember that I'm a fucking idiot, too. See, I'd be okay with it if it wasn't, like, my mistake. 9-ball, right? I lost the ship and its components because I made bad decision after bad decision, right? I didn't insure it. I had multiple chances to, because I even landed to look for missiles, right? Then I knew the guy I was going to reinforce was dead, and I still flew into the fight, just to see what would happen instead of going and setting my respawn. I appreciate that, Roach King. I do enjoy looting past sites. And once again, like, if that was just how the game worked, that you lost all your custom parts on a ship when you lost it, it'd be different, right? It's me knowing I fucked up. That's why I'm upset. At least it wasn't crafted parts. None of my stuff is ever crafted. I hate crafting. I don't think it shouldn't be in the game. Just, yeah, I don't mind. It's okay, guys. I don't need charity. I can find them. I really appreciate that. I appreciate that. I messed up, though. So I can find more. I know how to find more. I wouldn't play, to be honest, because it'd be such a waste of time we hearing each destruction. It would make death matter a lot more, right? It would make ship-to-ship combat a lot more of an investment. It would change the vibe. You need to get Cal some money so he can buy crafted parts. I've got the blueprints too. I just don't craft. We would see a lot more stock ships. With scanning, you know, you could tell somebody has a Galoof. Less quiz for a beginner is better to start with a light fighter or a medium fighter. Some friends recommend the F7. One thing I've noticed is my friend uses the heavy fighter and dies. Okay, yeah, let's start there. So you can start wherever you want, as long as you understand if you start in anything that isn't a light fighter, you're making it a lot harder yourself. So here's why people like to recommend the F7. It's got decent shields, really good firepower. Okay, it is a great ship for PvE, especially the Super Hornet with 3 size 1 shields and 4 size 3s, 2 size 2s. Great PvE ship. Fucking awful in PvP. Now the Hornet, the base Hornet, the F7A, the F7C, the F7A, and the F7CS, the stealth, those are actually still good in PvP. But you need to understand the limitations. And the thing is you can't really understand the difference between you and a light fighter until you know what the light fighter wants to do, right? The light fighter, especially the Gladius, which is typically what I recommend to all new pilots, that is what the game's entire flight system is based off of. Even this Polaris flies exactly the same as the Gladius, just slow, just big, just slow. The Talon is an interesting ship. Right now it's the best light fighter in the game, but the Talon has some quirks about it that will not serve you very well in learning the game. So I recommend the Gladius over the Arrow. Okay. If your goal is just to get one fighter and you want the best fighter, no, I don't recommend the Gladius over the Arrow. If you're going to be doing PvP, and you're probably going to eventually own all the fighters because that's what's going to be fun for you if you're doing PvP, the Gladius is where you should start. So first of all, the Arrow has a really fast jerk rate. Basically, you can change directions very quickly on its nose, which is a good thing. It's a skilled thing. But for most new pilots, it's overwhelming. And also, once you get used to it, it makes everything else in the game feel sluggish and bad, right? With the Gladius, you have extra shields, so you're a little bit tankier when it comes to health you can recover by just flying away. So in PvE, you know, it's a little bit more forgiving there, right? It's got a simpler loadout. You're not dealing with mixed velocities on your size 1s to your size 3s. And it is, once again, what Master Mode was designed off of. The next flight model will also likely be designed around the Gladius first. It's the Squadron 42 ship. It's the testing ship.
is what every flight model that has been in this game has been built off of, is the Gladius. Okay, so it's a little slower to turn, yes, but that once again usually means it's less overwhelming for a new pilot, and it is still a fantastic ship. Okay, I just got the Asgard and I'm ready to try hauling in mission 1 for armor. I just started with the Kruger Wolf. The Wolf's a good ship, yeah. So once again, it is for different things. If someone's saying, hey, I want to learn PvP, get a Gladius. The Gladius will teach you the flight model, and it won't let you abuse any current outliers like the Talon will, like the Arrow will. If your goal is just, hey, I just need one light fighter, I'm not interested in doing them all, what's the best one right now? Get the Arrow or the Wolf. Probably the Arrow, because the Wolf lives and dies by its bespoke weaponry. Yes, if you want to learn PvP, pledge a Gladius. Now, a Ghost is still a great ship, but it's more advanced than the light fighters are. Like people think the light fighters are the most complicated. They aren't. Light fighters are just, because they're pretty simple. Jesus Christ, my entire map's broken now. Sky just pulled a Perseus. Heck yeah, dude. Those of you who don't know, by the way, we have a little card game on my Twitch where you can spend channel points, or just every like couple minutes you get a free pack and you can pull a card and it has a Star Citizen ship. So he just pulled a Perseus. It doesn't do anything, it's just a fun little collection thing. 9ball wants that Perseus. You guys can trade the cards. Why can't I jump is the better question though. Alright. Alright. Next gateway. I don't have enough fuel. I have quantum fuel, but something's wrong. So we'll stop by Everest. Right now, yes. Right now, I like attritions on the lights. I've messed around with the sword cannons for ballistics, and while they are awesome, the sword cannons are really good. You just aim limited, unfortunately. You really need like a basher or a hornet to take advantage of them. You need like 4 guns or more. Attritions are good. NDBs are also awesome, but you need to be an aggressive pilot. And I bet, was that a trade? Sky, did you just trade him, or did 9ball just pull his own? That would be kind of wild to pull their own, because those are a rare drop. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, attritions. Yeah, so attritions you can buy, and they're very solid. I've been doing most of my training in free flight with attritions. When it comes to though, NDBs are probably better right now. You have to be aggressive, you have to push the fight because you have slower velocity. You have cannon velocity. You pull his own? Damn. Well, I guess the card packs are just giving out good today. Maybe I need to lower their drop rates, or I need a bit more cards. We have 1,000 cards we can mint. I only have 50 minted right now. Yeah, on yesterday, that's a good loadout. Yeah, it says I have no fuel. And why can't I talk to Everest Harbor here? Who recommended I come out in the Polaris? It's broken. No, I'm joking. Yeah. That's a dangerous loadout for it.
Maybe we have fuel now? No, we still don't have fuel. Percy and the Ironclad are best in show. I wouldn't mind the Aurora as well. Even though it doesn't fly very good, it does look good. But it already has some decent skins, I guess. Percy definitely deserves it. You know, you absolutely can. Yeah, I did it a few patches ago. I think when crafting first got added, I lived out of Polaris for a bit with a fighter, a mining ship, a geo, supplies. That was before RRR. Yeah, this is the previous best in show, and I really like this sort of coppery color. I don't know why I got out of the sea. I'm just refueling here. How much does it cost to fully refuel, huh? Bro, it says... It said I had nothing. And before somebody just fucking put holes in my fucking fuel tanks. Man, I can't see like anything here. I think it's because my map is fucked. Yeah, it's because my map is fucked up. Man, I don't even know if we're making it to Nyx. The stream ends in 50 minutes. We'll try jumping somewhere else and just see if I can get more markers. There we go. And before somehow we don't have a jump module installed. All right. Little features, right? Definitely not our most successful night in the PU, and we definitely will need to come back to Stanton for components. But hey, in next we can do some Battaglia missions. We could do even QV breaker station. We do QV stations. The fucking tech smugglers. So I've never gotten anything good out of there. Just money. But I wouldn't say no to more boom tubes. Tube of boom. Yeah, the Polaris is nice, but like, well, I usually have a home base in this patch with the Ironclad. I just stopped because the Alt F4 fix was basically lost. The Ironclad just feels a little homier. Honestly, also it feels bigger. It's not bigger, but it feels bigger because you have that big open space, in the hangar and cargo deck, right? Whereas you're kind of always showing the Polaris in smaller spaces, right? Have a good one, Aries. Wish to fix the tech smuggler cargo room. Yep. Yeah. Hathor's my preferred way anyways. All it needs is a med bay. Oh, you mean the Ironclad? Yeah. It's not necessary. Deadawake does a good job of showing how you can live off of it and carrier it without a med bay. Because med bays also have annoying limitations, check them. So, on mine, I've shoved in a Terrapin Medical because that gives me 8 megameters of range to respawn. But yeah, that's the biggest issue because like I would like to use the Ironclad and the Polaris as like my own personal little space station, and you need to fly them very close to where you're going, otherwise you're going to not respawn there. You'll be out of range of your preferred ICU, which I think is stupid. I think it's really fucking stupid, and I really wish you could like just throw a fucking Nursa or a Pisces Rescue on there for less space and have at the very least in system regenning. Like I'm okay if your home base is in a different system, you can't regen there, but otherwise if I'm paying for Medigel, let me fucking spawn. Why does Polaris get a size 3 quantum drive? Because it has to be worse than the Idris. Remember, guys, the new ship needs to be bigger and better. And that's your name is Basher. I like the Basher. Basher good. What, with the med respawning still? I don't see what limitation they would have.
So a size 1 or the smallest medical bed, the one in the Nursa and the one in the Pisces Rescue, has a 50-kilometer respawn range. If you are farther than 50 kilometers, you will not respawn there. A size 2 medical bed has an 8 megameter respawn range. So that is 8 mm. So that's why I have the Terrapin Medical instead of the Pisces or Nursa, which I also both own inside my Ironclad. I would need to check the sizing on the Polaris to see what it has. Or better yet, someone in chat can check, because I'm trying to get to Alpha before the stream ends. Tier 2? Yeah, so the Polaris has the same respawn range as the Terrapin then. And I believe also the Atlas. Yeah, well, the thing is I didn't know it, and I thought as long as I was like in the same system, I was good. So I was running a Nursa and a Pisces Rescue on mine, thinking I was hunky-dory, thinking I was A-okay when I was operating on my Ironclad, only to realize that basically they were entirely worthless unless I was bringing my Ironclad down to do FPS missions. Which I would never do. I would always just land my fighter because it's safer to not lose my big ship full of loot, leave it out in the black of space, right? Zach, I just saw that you gifted this up to him. I'm sorry, my bot made me think that he subbed himself. Thank you for the gifting that sub, Zach. I'm sorry I missed it earlier. That it was a gift sub and not a regular sub. I need to fix my bot. No, but I appreciate you, man. All right, Alpha. Isn't Alpha that way? I would chill. I look the wrong way. No. I went the longest possible way, and now I see your message and I will invite you. It's okay, guys. We're almost out of time for the stream tonight. You gave me mad taste when I against my feet. Absolutely, man. You know, hey, listen. I may be an idiot like today when I nuked all my components I just scavenged for last stream. But I dogfight and I know things. I'm not always right, but I always try to be informed. And I've been here for a while. Why the heck is my helmet HUD on the chat glitching out? Huh, weird. And once again, I do offer trainings through my Discord, also through my org, if you guys need an org, but I'm not gonna force anyone to join the org just to do with me. Just once again, I'm a journeyman PvP player. I'm mid-level when it comes to PvP pilots. I'm pretty good. I'm not new by any means. I'm pretty good, but neither am I a Virgil, an Avenger 1, a top tier ace. I'm working. I'm trying every day to get better. I'm doing a lot of time in AC and I'm going to trainings and stuff, and I want to get there, but I'm mid. But a mid PvP player is still better than most people in the PU. Because most people in the PU don't understand even what they're flying. The org is cool. The org is cool. Drift is right. The org is cool. All right, we're on D-Cell. Coming into the asteroid belt. There we go. Before I just slap into an asteroid. I'm pretty sure we set a decent bearing though. Your HUD is corrupted, right? Alright, here we go. My frames cooperate. We can try and get a good landing here. We'll see what the angle is like. I'm gonna have to do a flip over. The frames also are not really cooperating. Alrighty. Not quite our gentlest touchdown, but we did get through it. I'll give that one a 6.5 out of 10. Our roll over wasn't quite as smooth. We weren't quite angled with the entrance. 6.5 out of 10 for that landing.
Quest for a new helmet, right? See Skywolf's already pulling up in my hangar here. He's a G like that. Brother, you didn't have to give me all of them. One would have sufficed, but thank you. Or you're saying take your pick, huh? There we go, though. The fit is restored. Sky, are you sure you want to give me all of them? I only need the one. Back to the Hathor mines with you, right? Take them all. I have no use for them. All right. Well, I appreciate you. If you ever want them back, just let me know. Anyways, guys, we are at the 3-hour mark on the streams. That's where I'm gonna cut it there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having a good time. I'm gonna let Sky get out of my hangar before I yeet him into the void by leaving the server. Almost did that. But yeah, not our most successful night on the PU. But hey, you know what? If you won every time, it wouldn't be interesting. And all that means is I gotta try harder, right? We fought admirably in that fight. I think if it was an even numbers fight, or even maybe we had one more wingman, we probably could have done it. Because every time we were turning with one of them, we were winning that fight. It was just they then got 2 more guys than us. So anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys all. We will be live again tomorrow. I may be a little bit late because I had to move my workout that I usually do today to tomorrow. My trainer needed some time. It's all good. I know, I don't look like it, but I do work out. I'm trying to lose weight, so I'll catch you guys all next time. Thank you once again. I greatly appreciate you all spending your evenings with me. And yeah, have a good one.